Hi everyone, welcome to Zoho SalesIQ. I'm happy to welcome you all to today's session. I'm Scott, and I'm going to be taking you through this session on Zobots, one of the most powerful features in SalesIQ. We also have our product expert on the panel here to answer questions for you, so keep those questions coming. Let's have a quick overview of how we've planned this session. First, I'll give a brief introduction about SalesIQ, followed by why businesses need chatbots. Then I'll go over the types of bots available in SalesIQ and the different platforms for building your bot. We'll also have a quick demo of how to design business-specific bots and set them up on your website. Finally, we'll see how bots are handling engagement in different sectors. So, without delay, let's get started. Zoho SalesIQ is a customer engagement and live chat platform that can help you prospect, filter, engage, and segment every visitor on your website and application. It enables you to boost sales, support, and marketing activities on your business website and application. People visit your website when they need something, and if they can't find what they're looking for, they leave. Your website will often have what visitors want, but they may not be able to find it due to distraction, time, readability, or many other factors. Ultimately, they'll leave and you'll lose them. Every visitor is an opportunity for a business. Qualifying them and filtering them is second. We don't know who will turn into a potential leader customer, so every customer counts. The problem is often a lack of engagement, but by using SalesIQ, you can set up a live chat widget to help your visitors and your operators. But what if you have a huge business? Thousands of visitors may wind up on your website every day, and your operators can't possibly assist every single one of them, no matter how efficient they are. So the next question is, how can you increase your operators' productivity and reduce their workload? Now let's talk about chatbots, a powerful feature used to increase engagement. In essence, it acts like a receptionist for your website. For example, say you're visiting a bookstore and looking for a book. Someone who works there taps you on the shoulder, greets you, and asks, "Hi, how can I help you today?" That's exactly what the bot does. It acts as a guide and provides a smoother website experience for your visitors. So what can these bots do exactly? They can generate and qualify leads, showcase key values, answer questions, promote business, give personalized suggestions, and more. With their built-in smart AI capabilities, they can use natural language so many people may not even realize that they're talking to a bot in the first place. Bots can save your operators time by handling general and routine questions. For 1 or 100 visitors, the bot can manage all of them simultaneously. And unlike human operators, the bot can work 24/7 throughout the year, and is basically free of cost. SalesIQ doesn't charge anything extra for bots. You just have to set it up, and that's it. Now that we know how chatbots work, let's explore the bots available in SalesIQ. There are two types of bots in SalesIQ: answer bots and Zobots. Answer bots, as the name suggests, answer general questions for your visitors. Answer bots provide 360-degree support service to your customers. They generally work based on your resources, articles, FAQs, etc. So, the stronger your knowledge base, the more efficient these bots will be. An interesting fact about answer bots is that you don't have to design or build them. They're already pre-built for you. You just have to set it up and enable it. I'll talk about answer bots in more detail later in the session. Zobot is a bot development platform to build compelling bots to automate customer interactions. You can program these bots to respond, act, and qualify customers based on your business. Using smart AI, the bots understand the user's intent and send responses based on the business criteria and data of your organization. Moreover, they can run on both websites and mobile applications. Zobot is entirely user-based, meaning it acts according to how you build and define it. It's highly customizable and can be programmed based on whatever trends and business criteria you need. So to recap, the answer bot is for support purposes, and Zobots are for the rest, such as sales and marketing. The Zobot we're looking at now can help visitors schedule an appointment for therapy. Initially, the bot provides suggestions on what it can offer and will act accordingly based on the visitor's needs. Here I'm selecting Book Therapy, at which point the Zobot provides the services offered by the organization. After the visitor gives the bot their name and email, they'll receive an OTP. Once verification is successful, the bot will ask for other details. Once the visitor selects their preferred date, the bot then provides the available slots on that respective day. After the necessary information is filled in, the bot will schedule the appointment. Now let's look at an example for an answer bot. The answer bot directly replaces your support representatives and answers all routine and general questions. Here, the Zilker store is an e-commerce store, and we have a visitor with a question about how refunds work. The bot suggests an article regarding the question instantly. So let's try another question. Maybe the visitor wants to know about safety precautions taken at the Zilker store. It again displays another article on the relevant topic. Now, if you recall, the answer bot responds to questions based on the resources available to it. So, the better the knowledge base, the more accurate the answers. Now let's learn how to build a Zobot. SalesIQ offers 7 different platforms. The first one is the codeless bot platform, which helps you build a Zobot without coding knowledge and control your conversation like a flowchart. However, if you prefer to code, then we have a SalesIQ scripts bot platform that uses Deluge as its scripting language to build your Zobot. We also have Zia Skills, which is AI-driven, where you can build and train your Zobot. And if you wish to connect your Zobot to your internal services, you can use webhooks. Finally, we have third-party integration platforms, such as Dialogflow, Azure from Microsoft, and Watson Assistant from IBM, where you can integrate your bot easily with those services. Now we'll look into our codeless bot builder. As the name suggests, it's a code-free bot building platform. You can use it to build rule-based chatbots and control the conversation like a flowchart. Now let's look deeper into the codeless bot builder. The codeless bot platform has a drag-and-drop user interface that's simple and easy to understand. You can handle complex workflows on a single dashboard. It helps you generate more qualified leads, capture data, and personalize visitor flow in real time, with no complicated workflows. So let's take a look at it. In the codeless bot builder, we call each component in the bot builder blocks. So click on the plus symbol to open the block gallery. We've divided the blocks into 6 categories based on their functionalities: response blocks, input blocks, action blocks, ends, data, and integration blocks. You can use these blocks to build your bot based on your requirements. Response blocks provide information to visitors. You can use a quick reply block to give instant replies. We use article blocks to display articles, video blocks to send video, and link blocks to display URLs. Input blocks collect information from visitors. You can use a buttons block to suggest a flow based on their decision. The calendar block helps you get the date and time, and you can use location blocks to get the location from a visitor. Action blocks perform actions based on visitors' needs and the information collected so far in the flow. The criteria router block splits the conversation flow into various paths based on the custom rules. The go-to block will switch the flow back to the selected card, avoiding creating a duplicate flow. The send email block allows the bot to send emails during the bot conversation. You can forward the chat to an operator using the forward block, and you can use plug blocks to create custom actions. End blocks are used to end a conversation. You can also use the operator's busy block, where the conversation will end, but the visitor can still leave a message that can be routed to an operator. Data blocks collect type-based information, like name, email, phone, etc., from visitors and stores them as per your flow. Visitor fields blocks are used to collect custom inputs. Integration blocks perform integration-related operations like email subscription, ticket creation, and lead generation, which work based on the integrations you set up with SalesIQ. For example, if you want to use an associate lead block, you should integrate your SalesIQ account with Zoho CRM. Now you might have questions. How can I customize my codeless bot or integrate it with other platforms? For these situations, you can use plugs. Plugs are used to create customized actions and integrate with third-party services. The options are practically limitless when using plugs. Now let's look at SalesIQ Scripts. SalesIQ Scripts is a bot-building platform that uses Deluge to build bots. If you're someone who loves to write code, this is for you. Deluge is Zoho's own simplified online scripting language used for rapid application development. Deluge is robust and easy to use because of its user-friendly syntax. This bot builder offers a drag-and-drop user interface with syntax suggestions, so you don't have to refer to manuals as often as you do with traditional languages. With this platform, you can create the bot of your dreams. It means you can customize every single feature of the bot from scratch to match your exact business requirements. This platform mainly functions on handlers. You have to write code in these handlers and define its functionalities. There are 4 handlers: trigger, message, context, and failure. Let's look at these handlers in the SalesIQ Script Bot Builder. This is the default code present in the SalesIQ Script Bot Builder. You'll write code in each handler separately. You have all the syntax here, and you can just drag, drop, and change the values to define the bot's functionalities. After writing the code, just save the scripts, test them by previewing, and publish it. Then the bot will start assisting your visitors on the website. Let's now learn about the flow of these handlers. Let's say a visitor lands on your website. When this visitor matches the trigger criteria set while setting up the Zobot, the bot triggers a message when the trigger handler executes. When the visitor doesn't match the trigger set, and when they initiate a chat with the Zobot, the message handler executes. It checks if the context in the message exists, and if it does, it collects all the inputs that it can find in the message. Otherwise, it looks for another message that matches the existing content. Once the message handler is executed successfully, it collects all the responses from the visitors and gives them to the context handler to perform the desired action. Now let's look into these handlers separately. The trigger handler is a piece of SalesIQ script used to invoke the bot's custom action/message when visitors land on your site. The trigger will be executed only when the rule set in the intelligent trigger matches the visitor's criteria. It's a personalized, proactive chat invite sent to the visitor. The trigger handler works as a helper, like a salesperson in a store. Once you enter the store, the salesperson walks up to you, greets you, and offers help. The trigger handler works the same way. In this case, when a visitor matches the trigger rule, the bot will start a proactive conversation and provide the visitor with 2 suggestions: either book therapy or check the appointment status. The message handler is a process of reactive engagement by the bot. It's invoked when the bot receives a message from a website visitor. The combination of messages we receive from website visitors will be pre-analyzed and stored in the code. So the bot will respond to the visitors based on the question they receive from the available answers. Take the previous example with a different scenario. As you walk into the store, nobody approaches you. When you can't find what you're looking for, you'll approach someone and ask for what they need. They'll maybe ask for more details and then proceed to help you. This is how the message handler works. In this case, when the visitor selects Book Therapy, the bot asks for the name, email, phone number, and date and time for the booking. Then there's the context handler. Before talking about the context handler, I'd like to tell you what a context is. A context is a conversational equivalent to a web form. Web forms collect multiple inputs from the visitor to perform a single action. Similarly, a context is a definition of a web form that collects multiple inputs conversationally and executes an action called the context handler. It can work in association with message and trigger handlers. The handlers can return a context instead of a message reply. In both of our store examples, you'll be interacting with a salesperson, and they will ask you a bunch of questions one way or another. Based on your answers, they'll provide you with what you need. The same applies to context handlers. Once the messages handler receives all the responses from the visitor and stores them in a context, this context is returned to the context handler for scheduling an actual appointment. The failure handler is executed when the actions returned in the other handlers fail, like a fallback definition. This handler will be disabled by default, but you can enable it if you wish to set up failure responses. This can be configured in case chats are forwarded to operators when they're offline, operators are unavailable during business hours, or the operator email is invalid or inactive in the portal. Connections are interfaces that are used to integrate third-party services with your bot. These connections are used to invoke URLs to access authenticated data. Connections are a framework to allow authenticated requests to external services easily without maintaining tokens. A developer can easily connect the bot with any external application. In Deluge, there are 4 HTTP methods: get, post, put, and delete. And there are 3 authentication types: basic, OAuth 1, and OAuth 2, where OAuth 1 and OAuth 2 are used to establish secure access between SalesIQ and other apps. We have some code samples for SalesIQ scripts, codeless bots, and plugs. We have them for different industries and different use cases as well. You can then make slight changes and use them to build your own bots. Webhooks are a useful and easy way to implement event reactions. Webhooks provide a mechanism whereby a server-side application can notify a client-side application when a new event that the client-side application might be interested in has occurred on the server. Likewise, you can hook up Zobot to your internal services with the help of webhooks. You can integrate Zoho SalesIQ Zobot with your internal services via webhooks. For example, you can get your bot up on your website to serve your customers and lend a hand to your support executives. SalesIQ sends events to the webhook when a variety of interactions happen with the bot. Then you can use the Zia Skills platform, which uses natural language understanding to process and perform the defined skills and actions. With Zia, you can directly answer a question, construct an answer by fetching data from SalesIQ, or perform an operation dynamically based on the visitor. And that's not to mention our third-party integrated platforms like Dialogflow, Azure powered by Microsoft, and Watson Assistant by IBM. To learn more about these platforms, we've set up separate guides and training, which we'll share in the handout section. Input and display cards are applicable to all platforms except the codeless bot builder. Input cards are the type of rich actions used by Zobots to procure inputs from visitors. Some commonly used input cards are calendars, sliders, location widgets, and response suggestions. Display cards can help you display rich content in different formats, like images, links, attachments, etc. to your visitors. Here's an example of input cards. To get the name of a visitor, you can just provide a placeholder for them to type their name into. This is an example of display cards, displaying a video to visitors, which you can also autoplay. Now we'll see how to set up a bot in SalesIQ. In your SalesIQ dashboard, navigate to Settings, and under Bots, select Zobot. Click Add. Give your bot a name and choose your bot building platform. Click Next. Then set up your bot profile, which is a description of your bot for visitors. Choose the brand where you want to deploy your bot and then select the bot's working hours. Click Next. Now configure your bot based on your requirements. First, choose your bot audience. You can choose either all visitors or enable your bot for custom visitors. For custom visitors, you have to establish some rules. For example, in an e-commerce business, the bot might be required on the payment page of the website. For that, click on Add Rule, and the bot will be activated only on the payment page if the current title is Payment. Then select when the bot should trigger or initiate the chat. Next, set up the response interval and time of delay for the bot's reply to give a more human-like experience. Followed by this, you can set up chat inactivity rules to notify visitors if they're idle on the website for a considerable amount of time during the chat. Based on the inactivity time set in this section, the Zobot can send out messages to the visitor and end the corresponding conversation. You can also enable the Allow Handoff to Operator option to let your visitors connect to a human operator in the middle of their conversation with the bot. And if you want, you can add text to trigger when the chat is forwarded. Then click Create. You'll be directed to the bot building platform you chose before. This is the codeless bot builder. Now let's build a quick bot to help visitors create support tickets in Zoho Desk. The bot builder always comes with a welcome card in it. So now let's decide the information needed for the bot to create a ticket. The bot needs the visitor's name and email, a brief description of the issue, and finally, its priority. We'll start with name first. So click the plus symbol and you'll find the bot gallery. Then select the name block from data blocks to request the name of the visitor. You can edit the text for visitors in the message text box. Then click Save. Similarly, you can get email addresses from visitors using an email card. Then we need a brief description of the visitor's issue. We can get it by using the Visitors field block. Once we get the issue from the visitor as a response, this can be saved in a bot context temporarily and then called during the creation of the ticket. We also need to get the priority of the issue from the visitor using an option block with high, medium, and low options. We'll again save the priority response temporarily in a bot context to call up during the creation of the ticket. Once this is done, we'll use the Associate Ticket block from the Integration block to create a ticket. Now we'll call the bot context we declared previously in this block. The subject should be the issue description, so we'll call the bot context we assigned for the issue and then type the %sign to find all the bot contexts. Then the ticket status must go in, which we'll select as Open. Then comes the priority. We'll select the bot context we previously assigned for priority. Then choose the classification, department, and the assignee ID for whom the ticket should be created. Remember to use their desk assignee ID, not their SalesIQ one. And finally, provide a variable for the ticket ID and a ticket number. Then click Save. The Associate Ticket block is now created with two flows, success and failure. I'll end the chat if the ticket is created successfully using the End block. And if the ticket creation failed, I'll display an operator busy card so that the chat will end but still allow the visitor to send their issue as a message. And we've now finished building the bot. All we have to do now is test the bot by previewing it. Let me first give my name, then my email. Then I'll provide a brief description of the issue and select the priority as the medium. So yeah, the ticket has officially been created. But let's go make sure the ticket was really created in Zoho Desk. And there it is. The ticket was created. It's got the issue described as a subject, a priority, and the visitor's email. And this is how easy it is to build a chatbot using our codeless bot platform. The Answer Bot is a smart support assistant that can simulate a conversation with a website visitor in natural language and provide 360-degree support. Whenever a brand is created inside SalesIQ, the Answer Bot for the corresponding brand will be created automatically. You just have to enable it. The Answer Bot relies on articles, FAQs, small talk, and business terms in SalesIQ. Resources are the brain of the Answer Bot. These resources, the above-mentioned articles, FAQs, small talk, and business terms, are what's used to train the Answer Bot. The bot uses these resources to analyze visitors' questions and answer them. So your resources module, especially articles and FAQs, should be high quality and thorough for the answer bot to function effectively. We recommend having a minimum of 50 resources in each category. The more resources you have, the more influential the bot will be. We all know what articles and FAQs are, but what about small talk in business terms? Small talk is a collection of possible informal phrases that a visitor can send during a conversation, and a corresponding response can be given by the bot. While there's a default package, you can create your own if you want. Next, we'll talk about business terms. These are the synonyms for different terminology. For example, you have an article with information about refunds for mobiles. We know that the word mobile, phone, and cell phone all denote the same meaning, but the bot doesn't know this. You can train your bot for these purposes using business terms. Whenever the answer bot encounters questions that it can't find answers for, those questions will be stored in usually asked questions, where you can see and update them if necessary. I hope you now better understand how answer bots and Zobots work. Now that we know what Zobots are and the available platforms for building them, we'll learn how to design and set up a Zobot. Designing is an initial and crucial step when building Zobots. Here you define the Zobot's personality, purpose, and business flow. The first phase of designing is planning. In the demo, you saw two types of bots, and you may have wondered, okay, which one should I use? Well, that's what we decide in the planning phase. Try to create a list of all your business problems where you think bots could be used. It may be receiving a lot of questions and not getting back to your customers at the right time, low customer satisfaction, operators getting tired of solving repetitive questions, or almost anything else. That's where we need to improve support by having an answer bot. If your customers aren't aware of your best offers and discounts, you'll receive more questions about the product than you would otherwise. That's where you need to straighten up your sales and marketing activities. When you list and rank your problems according to priority, you'll have a better idea of where to concentrate and what type of bot you want. Then you can give a story to your bot to define a flow that satisfies your business needs. For example, let's take a therapist. We need a bot to automate their scheduling cycle, such as booking sessions, providing options for rescheduling, and checking the status of previous bookings. So this will be the bot's flow. First, I'll greet them and provide them with 3 suggestions: book therapy, reschedule, and check status. When a visitor selects book therapy, the bot should list the available services first. Once the visitor picks the service, the bot then gets the preferred dates from the visitors. It provides them with available slots for the respective day. Finally, the bot verifies the visits via OTP to avoid junk. Once verification is successful, the bot will schedule the appointment. So this is how you can give the bot a flow. Now that you laid a basic foundation for the bot, it's time to build it. You have 7 different platforms in SalesIQ as we discussed before. First, choose a platform to build your bot on. Then, integrate your bot with your choice of third-party applications to unleash its full power and make your bot more useful. As in the previous example, the bot is integrated with Zoho bookings to schedule appointments. If you're busy and get a lot of visitors, you probably don't want to book fake sessions, and neither does the bot. So make the bot validate and verify visitors from the get-go, so you can focus on quality and potential leads. Mistakes are also common, so set up the bots for fallback situations. The last phase is deploying. Now that you've built the bot, you need to test it in all possible ways. Thankfully, you can test it inside SalesIQ, meaning you can preview the bot you've built. Finally, you can publish it to your website with just a click. Chatbots can be used in different ways and can be defined from different perspectives. You can use them as sales bots that help you boost sales, promote your business, create hype for upcoming plans, showcase your seasonal offerings, etc. You can also use the bot in marketing areas, such as generating and qualifying potential leads, increasing engagement, helping visitors navigate to the right place, improving the website experience, and so on. If you run a business where you receive tons of issues and questions daily, you can make use of answer bots to provide support assistance. In the end, it's a bot though, and it can't solve highly complex issues. At that time, the bot will transfer the chat to a human agent, and they can take it from there. Ultimately, chatbots will enable your organization to deliver more timely service and increase engagement. Chatbots are still considered an emerging technology, but they're quickly maturing and becoming a staple tool in many businesses, especially in customer service, sales, and marketing operations. The list of industries that have been left untouched by Zobot are few and far between. They run the gamut from a small-scale to large-scale operations. In product industries, they collect information about customer issues and create product tickets using desk tickets. In the software industry, they play a vital role in nurturing potential leads and scheduling appointments using their choice of scheduling tool. They ease location-based real estate and help with hotel reservations and e-commerce delivery. They also play a crucial role in helping students choose their courses. And with this, we've come to the end of our webinar. If you're running a business and are looking to upgrade it, then Zobot might be the best solution to do it. Head over to our developer docs for more information on Zobot. Also, don't forget to visit the sample scripts page for more customized scripts. And in case you have any questions regarding anything we discussed today, drop us an email at support@zohosalesiq.com. You can also follow us on Twitter for more updates. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.